Hello, welcome to another episode of Wakasm Plays Board Games. And today we are here with a quick Kickstarter preview. Coin Pusher Galactic Surge, which is a game from the makers of Dungeon Pages, Dangerous Space, Power Creep, Battle Pages. I don't know if they have more games, but that is what their banner says. If you've watched this channel at all, you know that I've definitely played Dungeon Pages, Dangerous Space, and Power Creep on the channel. I have not yet played Battle Pages on the channel, but at some point I probably will. I just haven't yet. But they reached out to me to do a preview of this game, so that's what I am doing. So what is this game? This game is a print and play, roll and writes, chase your best high score kind of game. It's simulating, I don't know if you've ever... I know I grew up with them when I was a kid, like the Coin Pusher games. I'm sure they're still around, but they're different now. Usually they output tickets, but when I was a kid, they had them at carnivals for a lot of places. And basically you'd put a coin at the top and you'd aim it and it drops to the bottom, and then it like pushes, if you get it in the right spot, it pushes coins down to another level. And then if those pop out, when I was a kid, it would get you more coins, and then you would eventually get special coins that you could trade in for like big prizes. But at some point in the world, they just all turned into ticket machines, I think. I don't know, maybe in some parts of the world they do different things, but yeah. That's what this is simulating, just its own theme. This Kickstarter comes out at the end of the month, I think September 30th, but they are not doing like a yearly, if you play Dungeon Pages or Dangerous Space, they usually have like a yearly subscription. As far as I can tell, they're not doing that. Instead, they're just going to have a bunch of different tables. I don't know, do you call them tables? Coin pusher machines with different themes. And this is just one of the themes. This is the only one that I've seen so far. So that's what we're going to be showing off today. So first, let me just kind of explain how the game works, and then we get into playing it and see how well I can do for my first score. All right, so on a turn, it's very simple. You're going to be rolling some dice. So let's do that now. And well, let's use some different values. Okay, we'll use these values, I guess. And you're basically assigning one of each dice to a different thing. One dice, for instance, gets assigned to one of the 3 alien enemies in this game. One of them gets assigned to the level 1 column, and one is the actual number that you write into the space that you assign it to. So what does this mean? So first, this is the alien 3 columns that you can assign a dice to. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in our current dice setup, I chose a 3. So I'd be assigning it to this column. And basically what you do is you just mark off one of these like spots here. I don't know if I like the pink. One second, switch to the blue. So yeah, you mark this off, and the general idea is they're attacking you, and if you ever cross off the third one, then they start destroying your columns. And if they ever destroy, if you're ever in a position where you don't have a column to destroy, the game ends. So it's not necessarily all of the columns, but there's 4 in each section. So that's what they're trying to do when you assign a dice to an alien space. So we've just crossed this off. And then we have actually the dice that I have are not possible to be assigned this way. I have to do it this way. So yeah, we assign 3 to the alien enemy, and then we're assigning a 6 to the column. And if you look closely here, basically each column has a value associated to it. So for this area, we have 5, 6, 1, 2. So because I assigned a 6 to that column, I'd be writing in this column. And for my last value, I have a 3. So I would have to put a 3 here. Like Dungeon Pages and Dangerous Space, there is a sequential rule here. So if you play any of those games, you might be familiar with this. There is a little bit of a difference in this one, though. You do have to write your numbers in a sequence. So they have to be something like 3, 3, 4, 4. They can go ascending or descending. But unlike Dangerous Space, once you go in a specific direction, you can't change it. So once I go 3, 4, I cannot go back to 3. I have to go 4, 5, or 6 up, or vice versa. Once I start going down, I have to start marking the numbers down. So there is a little bit more of a restriction there. There isn't anything on the page to remind you of that. So that is a little rule that if you have muscle memory of Dungeon Pages, you do have to get, adjusted to that a tiny bit. Hopefully I don't make that mistake when I start playing. And then after you mark your value, you come up here and you basically put your number in the coin bucket. And basically this is just how many turns you have for the entire game. If you ever run out of coins in your coin bucket, the game ends, you tally up your score. So the game can end by the aliens preventing you from putting down a value because they destroyed all your columns, or putting a value up in the coin, not having a space to put in the coin bucket. There is a little bit of a game up here that you can play. If ever you can get 3 of the same number, it gives you kind of an extra free coin to put down in there of that value. So if I do 333 like this, then I get an extra 3 coin to drop in down here wherever I want. You always have to put your coins, top to bottom, so I can't jump down here and put a coin down here. I always have to put it like underneath something else or start a new column like this. But at least with the bonus, you're not beholden to the dice column. You can put it anywhere you want in that scenario. What else do you need to know to play? The alien ships can be destroyed. They all have health, and you destroy them by getting missiles. This one gives you 2, this one gives you 1. The way everything down here works is if you ever put a number on top of the thing that like the missiles, you get the thing. So this one requires numbers above both, but like something like this requires a number right above it. You just immediately get it. Same for these bonuses down here. If I put a number here, I'm going to get this bonus. If I put a number here, I get this toy. So what are all these things? The missiles simply just let you cross off their health. And if you ever destroy an alien, you get the bonus, but also then you are not beholden to getting shot at anymore by that particular alien. So that frees up a lot of the early constraints you might have, because they're going to start shooting your columns. But if they're not there to shoot you anymore, then you don't have to worry about losing your columns anymore. So that's a good thing. You want to probably go for some of that. Another aspect of the game, this is a coin pusher. So you're never putting your dice values ever on this bottom row. All you're ever doing is putting your dice rolls in this area. But once you get to this bottom level, you're pushing these coins down, and then that's how you're able to then push them into this area down here. Now, you'll note that down here, there's a bunch of columns, and they're all listed ordered even for any value. So once you get a value, you can put it anywhere down here. It's not like the top where it's not cascading down specifically from the column above it. You'll even notice that there's some columns over here and over here that don't even have anything above it. So just note that the only requirement is the value. You can put it anywhere you want as long as it matches like an even value here or an odd value here. So the general idea is that you're going to fill out a column. Let's just say I fill this out, and let's say for this last one I put a 4. This is going to let me put down 3 4s anywhere I want onto the second level, and that's how you're getting numbers filled out down here. These things right here are special powers. If I ever fill out 2 numbers above them, then this lets me double a 1, 2, or 3, or this lets me subtract 1 from a die. So those are pretty good to go for if you can get them. You got more missiles. These guys are toys, and also these little guys up here are toys. And the idea here is they are kind of a set collection. Once you get your first toy, then at the end of the game, you're going to score that many points. So, sorry, on my first toy, I'll score 2, but if I get 2 toys, I'll score 3. And if I can get all 5, I'll score 10. So it's a little bit of a set collection thing. You do have to get a toy to even score, so you can't start crossing these off until you have your second toy. I do kind of wish there was like a 0 coin here to start off with, but I don't know, that's just a personal preference of mine, but it's fine. I just have to remember to do it or count them up at the end. And then the last couple special things you have going on here is this is an extra play. So these basically extend your game longer. You have these first 21 coins up here, but if you unlock a special play, you get another 3 coin spaces to potentially use, all the way down to, however many that is. I haven't done the math. And then you also have these spaces too, which kind of work like these spaces, but they immediately let you fill that die value that many times on the bottom row. So Thematically, I don't know exactly how that one's working. These make sense. You're pushing them off. These are just, I don't know. You're getting lucky and pushing more off, I guess, is how that's working. But these could be really good to unlock some of the missiles and stuff down there early. So that's probably something I'm going to aim to do. And then lastly, you have this like, I don't know, Powerball looking thing. And that has to do with this like bonus wheel up here. And basically for each one of those, you get to mark off one of these like little circles. And if you can ever get all the circles filled out, then you get whatever that thing is. So you can go easy and just kind of get a couple extra points. You can invest a little bit more, 2 at a time, to either get more extra plays or to get 5 points. You can go a little bit heavier and go for 10 points. Or there is this really hard to get ×2, which I'm probably going to play this game over and over again until I can make this work. I don't know if mathematically it will always make sense to do, because if you don't get any other points anywhere else, then what's the point of getting ×2? There's a chance that this might be better. I don't know. I haven't played the game. So just that's like another press your luck element that this game has. So that's kind of the general everything about the game that you need to know to get started. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get started and hopefully this works out and I get a decent score. So, all right. So we're just going to roll and we're starting with really low values. So we are definitely going to go to this first column. So we're going to do a 2 as the alien, we're going to use 1 as the value and 2 as the column. So basically that means we're going to come here and we're going to mark this off, and then we're going to come down here to this spot and we're going to mark a 1, and then we're going to start our journey with a 1. Now we don't score these values, we only score like the final tokens that you see everywhere. So using low values is totally fine, using low values is totally fine because you don't score any of them. For some reason in the beginning I thought you scored all of these numbers too, and I was like, wow, that's a lot of math, but it turns out that I was completely incorrect on that. Anyway, we're gonna lock in the choices, we're gonna clear the assignments, we're gonna roll again, and all right. So what do I want to do with this? I kind of want to continue my journey and maybe get that ×3 with the 2s, but I also kind of want to get some rockets somehow. There's a bunch of ways to potentially do this. I don't know what the best answer is. I think I'm going to go all in on this first one and hope that I don't make any mistakes. So what we're going to do is we're going to do alien enemy as a 1. We're going to do the 3 column, and then no, that's not what we want to do. Is it what I want to do? I think I want to do it like this. Oh, I guess I can't do it. Maybe I want to do, I thought I knew what I wanted to do. Yeah, we're going to do, no, I can't. I want to get to that first column, but I don't like doing a 3 or a 4. And the reason why is whatever value you put down here is what the value is you're going to use at the bottom. And I guess it doesn't really matter actually. As long as I get to the bottom. I don't know. I want this to be high or low. I'm not really sure specifically which one I want it to be yet. All right, we'll go back to my original plan. We're gonna do first alien, and we're gonna do the 3 column, and we're gonna use a 4. That's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna mark this guy off here, and we're gonna put a 4 right here, and 4 is what we're marking down up here. All right, and we do get a toy. So currently we're scoring this 2. I guess I'll circle it. That's a horrible circle. Let me do a better circle. And then moving forward, I'll cross them off as I go up. And yeah, so I got that toy right there. All right, so let's lock in our choices. Let's clear it. Let's roll. All right, so if I can continue going for those dice in the first column, or I can go for the dice in the second column. I don't know what I want to do. I probably should start slowing down. I have to at least do like 2 more in the first column. So we're gonna do the first alien again. It's probably a bad idea. We're gonna do 3, and then we're gonna do 6. Now the only bad part about doing this is I have to do 6s in this first column to get down to the bottom moving forward, but I don't know. This is what my gut's telling me. I tend to do a lot of gambly bad things when it comes to roll and writes, but I want to get this space right here so that I can get a ×2 missile. And then I still have to work on getting a ×1 missile. But yeah, this is what I'm going with. So that's what we're doing. Sort of lock those in. Let's re-roll. Oh, I forgot to do this. I have to put a 6 up here. There we go. All right, so we can just continue this one more time. 2, 2, 4, and we'll put a 4 here. And so now one more time, if I put one more alien here, then I'm going to lose an entire column. So I have to not choose this alien one more time. But if I can get a wild value to put in here, I can get that 3 × 2, and I can start working towards some missiles, and that's going to be my goal for the moment. So because I did a 4, we're going to do another 4. So if I can get one more 4, I can use that as my wild, and that would be perfect. That does what I want to do. So let's just go with it and hope for the best. All right, let's roll. 5, 4, 5. All right, so we can't do anything in this first column. We have to do something in one of these 2 columns. We can put 1 in here, or we can put 1 in here. But let's look down here. I have a 4 to 5, so I can do 4, 5 or 5, 4. I can either go in this column. Can I go in this column with a 4? I'd have to use a 5 here, or I could go in either one of these columns. I mean, I like my goals here for going for these dice over and over again. This one's actually easier than the other one. I should have been going for this one. So I think we're going to go for this guy. So we are going to do it like this. We're going to do 5, 5. Oh, and then we get our 4. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. All right. So we're going to lock these in, and that means we are going to cross this off because we chose the alien with a 5. And then we are going to put a 4 here. All right. And what does that do for us? We are going to get a 4 here, and then that lets us, so I'll just put a little dot here to remind myself that I did it, but that lets us immediately mark a 4 for free in any column in this first row. So we're going to put a 4 here. And then now we have our first cascading bonus. I get to do 3 2s on the bottom level. And I'm simply going to do the following. I'm going to do a 2, a 2, and that's going to get us 2 missiles. And then I'm going to put the other 2 right here. We're going very missile heavy in the beginning. And it has to be even, so the 2s can be that. And any value, so that can be a 2 as well. And then we're going to go back up, and we are going to start crossing this off. 1, 2. So 1 more, and then we don't have to worry about this alien. So as long as we don't get unlucky and be forced to pick this alien because of a bad dice roll, then we should be good. And yeah, so let's lock this in. And all right, we're going to roll. So we don't want, like, every time I say this, it happens. We don't want like a 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. We want at least some 3, 4, 5, and 6 in all of our dice rolls for the foreseeable future. Our best rolls right now would be 4s and 5s. If we can just keep getting a lot of 4s and 5s, then we'll be good. All right, so we 1, 2, and then a 4. So exactly the scenario I didn't want, but it's fine. We can definitely choose our alien. Let's actually figure this out. We're going to choose our alien. And we have 2 columns to choose from. I think we're going to simply do a level 2 and a 1 because we already have a 1 in our coin bucket. So that gets us closer to another wilds. All right. So we are going to, we have to cross this guy off first. We chose the 4 alien, and then we have to put a 1 in the 2 column like so. And we'll put a 1 up here. And that is it for our turn. All right. This is a good roll. We're happy with this roll, I think. Pretty sure we're happy with this roll. Yeah. A 6 for the alien. And then we're simply going to do the same 5, 4 like this. Yeah. I believe that's what we're going to do. Yeah. Okay. So this is our alien. And then level 1 column, we chose the 5, and we're going to put another 4. So we're going to start another 4 bucket. So we're running out of flexible buckets here. We're going to start needing some extra plays at some point too. But right now, for some reason, I'm really focusing on the aliens. I might be focusing on the aliens a little bit too hard, but I don't know. I feel like that's not the worst thing. Maybe it's not the most optimal thing. I don't know. Maybe the best way to play is ignore the aliens and just hyper focus on bonuses and get that ×2 multiplier. I don't know. I don't know what the best play is, but we're gonna lock in and we're gonna roll. All right, 1, 6, 4. All right. I don't know what we want to do with this yet. I do know what we want to do. This is very, very, very easy for me to do. Okay, this is a perfect scenario. 6 per alien, 4 as I call it, 1 as our coin space. So what is that going to do for us? First, lets us attack this alien, like so. Or no, sorry, this alien attacks us. So we're not attacking this alien yet. But in the 4 column, we get to write a 1, and that means we then get to get a 1 bonus, which means we're going to come right back down here, and we're going to do this one. So now this lets us do 3 5s anywhere, which is going to simply let us do the following. We are going to do a 5 here, and that's going to get us 2 more missiles. So we're going to come up here, we're going to kill off this guy. So now we don't have to worry about losing any columns in this row because this guy's gone, and we're going to get this at the end of the game, 5 more points. So we're on the board. We have points now. Well, we actually already had points because of the toy situation. But we also get to mark off another guy. This one's so far in a worse position than this guy somehow, even though this guy has less going on. So we're going to mark this one off. And then going to be in a very tight position when it comes to missiles, I think, because I can do 2 more 5s down here. All right, now we're gonna undo one thing. We are going to, what are we gonna undo? We're not gonna do this one. We're gonna go after this guy first. All right. So those were our 2 missiles from this, and then we're gonna do a 5 and a 5 here, and that is gonna let us shoot 1 more missile at this guy. So now this guy's gone. So now we have a lot more flexibility in these 2 columns. And in this second column, we have, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. We have this area right here for missiles. And then somehow we have to get this last missile before this guy shoots us. That's our goal. If we can get all the aliens, that would be great. I don't know if we're going to be able to, but that's what we're going to try and do. But we have a lot more freedom now with our dice. So as long as we don't ever roll a 5-5-5 or 6-6-6 or 5-5-6 or whatever, we should be in a good spot. And that is all of our cascading combos. So we're going to lock this in. We're going to roll. All right, we don't have a 5-5-5 or 6-6-6 or permeation of those numbers. So now we have a lot more flexibility in what we can do. Now we just have to make sure that we keep our values cascading in a way where we're happy. So I think we're going to just do the following. We're going to continue with our, so now I almost think like going after the last alien's a bad idea, because now it's going to be an additional 5, 6, 8 coins to get that last alien. But I mean, we get 5 coins from it, so maybe it's not the worst thing in the world. But we also could start going after other powers, like getting points at the bottom, getting more of the toys. So like I could do... this is rougher than decisions seem like. I could do 4, so I could do alien to level 1 column. 4. I guess we'll do it like this since we have a 4 up there anyway. All right, I don't know if this is the right answer, but we're going to continue our going after the aliens thing. I feel like there's probably some mathematical correct answer where going after all the aliens is a bad idea. Probably it's smarter to just use wilds to finish off these 2 columns and somehow get lucky enough with, like, and then have like 1 more attack. Technically, 1, if I don't care about these columns, 1, 2, 3, I can use 3 dice randomly and 2 will finish this off, which is what I think I'm going to do. Problem is I already have this row started, so I don't know. Actually, can I even do what I want to do? Yeah, I can. Yeah, sorry. I'm thinking out loud. Did I just write this? Is that what I just did? Hold on. Yeah, I did. Okay. Well, what are my other options? I could go to the first alien and start going down the 4 column and get these 3 wilds. 3 wilds is pretty good. But three of it, any of these columns that have 3 are pretty good. So we'll just continue down here and we'll try to get this, and maybe we'll get these bonuses and this bonus and these somehow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. All right, that's what we're doing. We're locking in. I do have to write another 4 up here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we are good. We have not forgotten to write stuff down. All right. 6, 5, and 3. We almost were forced to do this. I mean, maybe it's a good idea to just do it. 6, 5, and 3. We could do this. I don't know if I'm going to do it, but I could do, well, what are my other options? We can do the 3rd alien, and we can go down the 6 or 5 column. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Let's just do that. We'll do the 3rd alien. We're going to do the 5 column with a 6. Why is that good? Because we don't have to worry about this alien attacking us. And we can put a 6 here, and that's going to get us a extra play, which gets us 3 more turns. So that's unlocked now. And we already have a 6 up here. So a 6 and a 4 gets us another wild to play around with. So I feel pretty good about that choice. So let's roll. A 1, 4, and 1. Okay. 1, 4, and 1. So we can either go to this alien or this alien. So we can do this start. We can start in this column. And I mean, I guess if we get to the missiles naturally, then we should get the other missiles for the 5 points. Doesn't feel like the best choice, but I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. Or we can go here and put a 4 in this column and start going for this bonus, or start going down this for the 3 wilds. Well, we have the 4, so maybe, yeah, I think we're going to just keep going for our combo stuff that we have going on right now. So what does that mean? It means that we're going to do the following. We're going to do a 1, 1, 4. So alien is 1. Column level is 1, and we're going to do a 4 here, and that is going to get us a bonus 4 that we can use anywhere we want. And I can start going down here. I could put the 4 over here, or I can put the 4 over here and try to get 3 more coins. If I do a 4, if I do this first, then I can get this naturally, or I can just try to get another toy. Another toy would be only 1 point, but oh yeah, I did forget too, we actually have points on this side as well. So we got this one, and then now we're on this one, because these count towards this set bonus. So we actually have 3 points on this side because we got that. So this would be actually a good thing to go for, and maybe we go for the 2 powers too. I don't know. All right. What was I doing? I was doing 1, 1, 4, right? That's what I did. I think I did it correctly. Oh, and then I have the bonus 4. That's what I was thinking about doing. I could get another toy, or I could start going down here. Since we have all this, let's just continue our plan, our master plan of doing this, getting this missile, and we'll just work on getting this missile, this double missile too. I wish there was one more missile section somewhere. Kind of going all out on missiles. I feel like it's not the best strategy, but it's fine. We're into it. 3, 2, 3. So we have to go down this middle path, and we can only go down this. So this is actually a bad scenario for us, because this is our first scenario because of the way the dice fell. We can't write a number down because we only have 3s and 2s, and we already did 1, 4. So we can't actually put a number here. So we are going to have to waste this coin, unfortunately, because we don't have... Actually, no, that's not true at all. Sorry, I'm a total liar. We have the ability to go over here, because we can use a 2 for the alien and then do 3. No, same problem. In the 3 column, we have a 6, so I can't put a 3 here. So yeah, we have to just do a nothing turn. This will be a nothing turn. So we're going to put an X. We're going to mark our X's down here. All right, so we're just going to lock this in. It's not really a real thing. I probably need to have an option for nothing. All right, so we were doing good, and now we're not doing so well anymore. All right, so we have 5s and 1s. Let's see what we can do with our 5s and 1s. There's no 5 column here, so if we go here, we can't mark anything down. I don't know if we can intentionally choose this as an alien and do another X, but it seems like we're going to have to go, same problem. We go 5, we have a 5 column here, but say 5, nope, same problem. We can't mark anything down because If we choose this as our alien and this as our column, then we have to mark a 1 down. And we can't do that because we already started with 4s. And if we do alien 1, 5, then there is no 1 column. So we can't do that. So yeah, this is the same problem with if we go alien 5, 5, there's no 5 column. So yeah, so this is another unlucky roll. So we were feeling good, but now we almost wasted our full entire extra play. So not fun. All right, so we're gonna lock this in. We are gonna roll. This looks like it's probably more doable. So we have 2s, 3s, so we can go to any column. We just have to figure out where we want to go. All right, so if we go here, we don't have a 6, so we probably don't want to do that. We could start going down this, but we have to worry about the alien shooting at us if we choose this column. So let's see what we can do over here. We have the 3, so we'd have to use our 3, so we'd have to go 5, 2. We can't do that. We could go 2, 5. So this is an option and get the next space on this one. Or we have the 2, we have a 3 and a 5. So we can only do this. This is the only option we have. So we can do, I believe this is the only option we have. 3 is the alien, 2 is the column, 5 is the coin space. So we're gonna do this, and we are gonna do a 5 up here, and we're gonna lock it in, and we are going to clear. All right, we have that scenario we talked about, only 6s and 5s. So this is going to be really, you don't have much of a choice here. We're going to be doing 6, 6, 6, 5, like that. So that means a 5 is going to go here, and then we have to mark this one down. And then now if we're forced to choose this column again, we're going to have to lose an entire row. The row can be something that we've marked, I believe. It just can't be something that we fully marked unless there's no other option. So yeah. We'll see how this works out, but we might lose our first column. All right, so we're gonna lock the choice, and then we're gonna clear and roll. All right, 4, 2, 4. So that means that we are gonna be stuck in this area. We could go down this, or this, or this. I believe. 2, we'd have to use a 4 on this column. We could do a 2 or a 4 on this column. No, we'd have to use a 4 on this column. Yeah, we can only do a 4 on this column. So we have 1 valid space. Or we can go over here and we can start going for this bonus down here, which might be what we do. No, we can't because it has to be a 5 or 6. And there's no 4 up here. So the only valid option that we have right now with this set of numbers is the following. 2 for the alien, 4 and 4. So not really the greatest use. Our coin, and then we're just going to write a 4 in. And that is it for the turn. All right, so we're going to lock this in, clear, and we're going to roll. 1, 5, and 4. All right. If we do the alien as 1, what happens? We do the alien as 1, we can only do this, and we can do a 5. So this is a valid combination. We could go to 4, and we can work our way down the 5 column, but we don't have the correct value. We can only do 6s, so we kind of locked ourselves out there. But we could also do this. I think this is the right play, because that gets us closer to the missiles. We will be stuck at only being able to use 5s or bonuses. Well, yeah, only 5s for this column, but at least we're a little bit closer to our goal. So let's do it. So we're going to do a 5 right here, which gets us another 5 up here. So if we can get this roll again, that would be great. All right. 1, 2, and 6. I don't know how this is going to play out. We can choose the 1 or the 2 as the alien, which gets us to either of the columns in the first section. We can't really use this as an alien space. We can't really do this because we don't have a 1 or 2 column over here, so we can't even take that last rocket if we wanted to. So we have to go to the first alien and figure out what we're going to do with the first alien. It's going to either be continuing down the 1 column or continuing down the 2 column, and both of them I have to use the 6. So we know the coin space value is going to have to be a 6. Good news is that gets us a bonus that we can use. So that's not the end of the world there. It's just, do I want to use it? Do I want to try to finish the second column and get some more tokens on the bottom? Or do I want to do I want to try to get that bonus top level? I think we should probably continue. Actually, yeah. So I think we're going to do it like this. 1, 2. I think this is what we're going to do. So we're going to put a 6 here. And I think we're going to try to get some coins on the bottom level. Now, the one thing I don't know, and this is going to be a question I'm going to ask the designer, I don't know if I have to get both of these to get this. There's like a black circle behind it, which kind of implies that you kind of do have to get everything above it to get both of those. Like, it seems like this one I can get individually, and this one I can get individually, maybe. Like, I can't tell if this is saying that I have to get both of these to get the 5, or if like this is worth 5 and then this is worth 5, because this has like the single space icon. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Like, it's weird how like these are overlapping, but then like this row, these are clearly like just below their columns. So that's one thing that I'm going to have to, one FAQ thing I'm going to have to ask the designer on how that particularly works. I probably should have figured that out before playing, but I'm just now realizing when I think about strategy that I don't know how that actually works. Anyway, I put the 6 down, which is going to give me a 6 up here, which means I get a bonus 6. And I think I'm just going to get this rocket. Yeah, let's just get this rocket, because now if I'm forced to do, actually, I'll be forced to lose this column first. But yeah, it's more likely I'll get 6s and I'll have to do 1 wild than me getting this. So I get 1 rocket. So now if I can just get 2 more here, I will be able to destroy that last ship. Again, don't know if that's like a good strategy, but we are running out of tokens. We have about 6, 7 left, so I'll have to see what happens. All right, 5, 1, 4. Okay, this gets us to the first column. We can continue. So we actually have 1 valid play with this. We can continue, and we get a 5. So maybe we just do this, but let's just double check what else we can do. We can get into how this also works. This actually works even better, I think. So we can get to the second alien row into the 1 column with a 5. I think this is a better play, so we're going to do that. So we're going to put a 5 here, and then we're going to come up here, and we're going to mark down a 5, and then now we get a bonus 5, and we're going to simply use that bonus 5 right here, and now we're going to pew pew this alien. So we've killed all the aliens. There should be a kill all the aliens bonus, in my opinion, but it is what it is. Would have been nice to get a kill all the aliens bonus, but at least now I don't have to worry about losing any columns. Probably lost a lot of points by caring about that too much, but it is what it is. But now we have a bunch of things closer to the bottom. Problem is we don't really have any things closer to getting us extra plays, so we're gonna have to see how this turns out. All right, let's roll. I feel like I've somehow messed this up. I feel like I have 1 more turn than this implies, but I could be wrong. All right, 3, 4, 5. So it doesn't really matter. We don't have to worry about losing columns anymore. So now we just have to figure out how to best use the space. If we go here, we have 2 usable columns. We can go down the 6 column with we cannot do that. This has to be a 6. We locked ourselves into that. And then there is no 4 column, so we cannot use the 3 as an alien, or the 4 as an alien. So we have to go to the 5, and it's going to be either starting a new level 3 column or continuing down the 4 column. I think we're just going to continue down the 4 column like this and see if we can get some values and maybe a toy. So we're going to do a 3 right here, which means a 3 is going to go up here. And now we only have these, and we're not guaranteed to get the bonuses. I could still put one number here if I want to. All right, so it's getting tight. It's getting tight. That's all I know. All right, 4, 4, 1. All right, is this good? Probably not good. Not horrible. No, it's horrible because if I wanted to go into the first one, I have to do 4, 4. And it's good because I can get maybe a bonus 4, but that doesn't really do anything for our progression. So let's see what a 4 does for us. A 4 gets us into this middle column, and I can't use the 1 because I have to have a 5 or 6, and there is no 4. So we have to do that first option, unfortunately. So 1, 4, 4. Let's lock it in. And then we're just simply putting a 4 here. and a 4 up here, and doesn't really progress us in any meaningful way. 2, 3, 2, also not good for us, because if we go to the first column for both 2 and 3, we need 6s. Like, we need a 6 here to continue, so that's not good. But maybe 3 can do something for us. I don't know. Probably not. 3, 2, 2. Yep. Need high values again because we can only go up. So I can't play any of these. So this is going to be another X. So we use our entire extra play without being able to do anything unless I'm missing something. So all right, we need a good roll. We need like 1, 2, 6. 1, 2, 6 would be good. Yeah, I don't know what else I want. 1, 3, 5. So I was slightly off potentially what I wanted. All right, 1, 3, 5. What can we do with a 1, 3, 5? We can maybe get a bonus dice if we use the 3. So let's see what our options are. If we go to the 1 column, there's no 5. If we go to the 5 column, there's no 1. So there is no scenario where I can get a bonus dice anymore for the 3s. So let's clear that. Maybe 1, 3, 5. No. Let's try 3. I don't know. We use the 3. We can do 5. We can't do 5, 1. We can do 1, 5. I guess that's what we're going to do. We're going to do 1, 5. We just double check that there's nothing interesting. Yeah. I think this is like the only slightly interesting thing we can do. It's not really that great, but it gets us a 5 here, which means that if I can get one more 5 here or 6 here, I can get a bunch of stuff on the bottom. So we got very little. We did a very bad job at coin pushing. We got points, but I don't know. I don't know what a good score is in this game. This is definitely the type of game where you have to play yourself to see what a good score is. I think we're just going to put the 5 here. We have 2 more turns left, which seems wrong. This number seems wrong. I don't know. I must have locked in something twice because I feel like I should have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24 plays, and somehow I'm going to have 25. So hopefully I didn't cheat. If I cheated, I apologize, but I assume I just locked something in twice and didn't realize it. Let's see. I don't see what I might have locked in twice though. So I don't know. Either I cheated and didn't write something up here, which could very well be possible. All right, let's roll. 1, 6, 5. Okay, this, we needed a 2 to make this work. 1, 6, 5. This is not good for us either. So we go to the last column, a 6, 1 we can't do because we need a 6. We go to the last column here, 5, 1 we also can't do because actually we can do 5, 1. This is actually something we can do if we want to get a number out, but it doesn't really do anything for us. There are no 4s, 5s, and 6s inside the first column at all, so we can't really use that. So we have to do the thing that I said, which was go to the last column, 5, 1. Not good, but it is something that we can do. So we're going to do it. And now we're on our last coin. Actually, that last coin was our last coin. We might have cheated and not wrote something in before, but it is what it is. So I don't know what we want. We're just going to roll and see if we can use it. 1, 2, 2 does not seem very likely that we can use it at all because, well, we can use, we're not getting a bonus. We can do 1, 2, 2. We cannot do anything in the second column. Nope, we cannot do that. We have to do it like 2, 1, 2, because we can't do anything in the second column. So the best we can do is we can put a 1 or a 2 here, and then I believe that is it. I think the game ends the second I can't do anything. I don't know if I get like one more play. Let me double check. So thematically this makes sense. I have no coins left here, so the game ends. It says if there's no more coins left in your bucket, this is your final turn. I could see a scenario where, like, I don't know, let's lock this in and then we'll just do it. I can see a scenario where I roll like a 1, 2, 2, right? And I could do a 2 here, and then this would unlock this bonus up here. Actually, no, I need 2 of these, so yeah, I can't even see that scenario. I can see a scenario where maybe one more dice helps you get an extra play somehow, and then maybe you can like keep going, but the way the rules are written, I don't think that's possible. The second you have no more coins left, you know, thematically you can't pull a coin out of your bucket, you can't keep playing, so this is the end of the game. So let's see how well I did. So let's tally up our scores. So ships, 5, 10, 13. Toys, I only got the 1 toy, so I believe I have 2 points. Cards and dice. I got 2 of the dice, so I have 3 points. And I didn't get any of the cards. Point chips. I didn't get any point chips. I weirdly somehow didn't make it to the bottom in any of these rows. Like, I thought for sure I'd be able to get this or this one or this one, which would then potentially let me score at the very least this one. Again, I don't know how the scoring works on this. Again, I don't know if I have to get both of these to get both of these, or if it's simply a one-to-one thing. If I get this, I get this. So I do have to ask about that. But yeah, I got no point chips. This is probably not good. And I did not get the orbit doubler either. So I have a whopping score of 18 points. Is that a good score? It is probably not a good score. But we learned some lessons. Maybe going all in on protecting your ships is not worth it. Even though you get some points, it's probably not worth it. Unless, you know, they decide to add some sort of kill all 3 ships bonus, which then maybe it becomes worth it to do. But it was fun doing, and that's really what matters. All right, so my thoughts. I don't know. I like it. I don't necessarily love get your high score type games. I feel like there is a certain level sometimes where there's like a perfect way to play and then you just kind of keep playing. I don't know, like That's Very Clever is like that. You kind of learn, like, not, I don't know what the optimal strategies are, but you kind of start to figure out what works better than other, and then you start doing it over and over again. Like, probably I'll keep playing this and realize going after all the aliens is not optimal, so I'll probably never do that again. And there's a little bit of that going on, but obviously the dice make it very random. But I can definitely see multiple strategies. Like, I can see a strategy where you just get a lot more plays in and you get a lot of points that way. Like, I think that's what I did wrong this game, is I somehow just didn't get enough extra plays. There's 5 on the map, and then there's 2 up in the bonus. So that probably would have been a big game changer. I'm assuming games where you have less unused spaces will score high. So, you know, if I play 10 times, it'd be interesting to see how often I'm forced to not be able to play. Then I can see a strategy going after the doubler up here. I can see a strategy just playing it safe and going for one of these. I can see a strategy of just getting all the 2s and quickly getting down to the bottom, and just like there's some spots down here where it's like only 2 over here, and only like this spot right here is probably worth 4, 5 just for 4, and you can do any value, so it should be pretty easy to get. I don't know if these are ever going to be good. I mean, I'm sure actually, like, having this would have saved me a lot, because I then I could force like 6s up here and 5s up here. Well, I could force high values, and as long as I'm going ascending. So I could see a game where going after the pilot fast is really strong, but again, I only got 6 coins down here, and this alone is 5. So I don't know. I'd have to play it more to see statistically how often things work out. But I like it. I'm curious to see what the other themes are. I do like, if it is going to be a score game, I do like score games that have a really wide range of possible scores. That is fun. And also, I didn't really mention it. I played this solo, but you can also play this with other people. The way it works with other people is just everyone drafts their dice, and then you pass the dice, and then everyone drafts their dice, and everyone keeps playing until they run out of coins. And if you run out of coins, you just wait until the people that have coins left can finish playing. So anyway, that is a full, hopefully, rules teach coverage of the game. Kickstarter is on September 30th. And I don't know if you want to support my channel. I play board games here. I play video games here. That's what I do. You know, I'm not the best at it, but I try my best. And yeah, if you want to support me, I do have a Patreon. I do have a few supporters out there. So I appreciate you. If you want to get your name on my special thanks page, you can do so too. And then you can request specific games for me to cover. That is one way to do it. Otherwise, just give me a like, thumbs up. Give me a comment, tell me I played something wrong, tell me I cheated. Both of those things are quite possible. So unfortunately, I'd sometimes get rules wrong. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to go back this game when it's live on Kickstarter.